Yeah, I'm on. I realize that I haven't done a video on my bike yet. And this is my bike. It's an 08 WR250F. I bought it used at Lot Motorsports from Dakota Woods, and it was green and silver, and I rhino-lined it, and it actually looked a lot better before last weekend. And I took it to Arkansas and I beat the hell out of it and scratched it up super bad. But it's a WR250. That's what you're supposed to do to it. But this was all nice and new, and these were these right here, and yeah, that didn't last long. But so I put 804s in the front, Chinkos, and then I put on some cheap Amazon foot pegs there, and the LED lights, which not a good idea if you're trail riding, because as soon as you drop them, it smashes them up. And then I put the Lex pipe on, which is a really great little exhaust for $200, but I put it on wrong the first time, and it was melting my plastics back here. But and then I put an 805 in the rear, and these are good 50/50 tires. Worked out real good on the trail. I dropped some air on the rear, and I got plenty of tread. I've only probably put less than 1,000 miles on them, so they should have plenty of tread left. I broke this last weekend in Arkansas as well. I put a Seat Concepts seat on it, which is way better than stock. And I got this little tank bag thing, put my wallet in there and cell phone and whatnot. This is great. It's a knockoff one, but it works just as good as the $100 one. Put a new windscreen on it, and this thing serves absolutely no purpose, but it looks cool, so I bought that. That's the KLR, and then I got this new bike, and I put some new stuff on it. This is the WR. Excuse me. I ordered this fender, and it looked way cooler on eBay than it did in actual real life. In real life, it looks really stupid. It looks like a mini moto fender, so I'm ordering a new 450 fender for it. But I apologize for the way that looks. It's really stupid. I put new grips on it, some new plastics, some protection here because it was all rubbed off. It needs new tires really bad. They're a little worn there. That's the only reason why I didn't take it to Arkansas. And it's also got a Lex pipe on it, which sounds amazing. I'll fire it up real quick. Sounds outstanding. Maybe take it for a spin real quick. This bike's quite a bit more fun than the KLR. But running, choke it up a little bit. Quite a bit more fun. Sorry for my garage. It's super nasty. If I can get out of here without falling over. Oh man. WR250F. This is actually a dirt bike or a trail bike, but you put lights on it, it's a street bike. What are you riding? Okay, so it's just a different experience on this thing. to the KLR, you can't do this on the KLR. No, you cannot, sir. But sorry about that goofy looking fender. It's so goofy. Goofy. Hopefully I can get around this whole entire thing without popping these bald tires. I ordered new ones and they're taking forever. I should have just got them from the shop like I always do, but I thought I'd save like 10 bucks. Big mistake! Big mistake! The bad thing about this is it doesn't do over like 70 miles an hour, which it makes up for it in 0 to 60 wise though, because it gets there in like fast speeds. But yeah, if I'm riding on the highway, yeah, I'm gonna pick the KLR. But if I'm gonna do like trail riding, it's gonna be this guy. Hello, cows. Look at, they're all scared. Get out of here, yeah! That scared the crap snapple pop out of them. Poor cows. Just digging it out. Whoa! I could ride this thing like all day, but I have no tires. The front are like dry rotted out, and the rear's like completely bald. Let me cross over so I don't smack head on into a car. But the exhaust on this sounds awesome. It sounds like what the devil would sound like if he farted. It's the only way I can really describe that one. But then you slow down ever so gently. And then, not a little bit more. And then, wheelies make you instantly feel better about life. Which, KLR, you can't do wheelies. You can, but you gotta like clutch the shit out of it. Hopefully the wheel comes up and it doesn't fall on top of you. But yeah. Someone had a bad day. Should I go back or should I go straight? I'm gonna go left. I haven't registered this yet, but I do have valid insurance. But I'm not gonna push my luck too much. It's like really wanting me to shift all the time, but I can't. I only have 5 gears, you know. But I'll run it back to the house. I don't want to get in trouble. Thing runs like a wild ape. These knobbies. Great bike. I don't know a lot of guys that are rocking the WR250F. Mostly guys are using the X's, but the 250F is geared a little different. I think it's a little more peppy than the X, because the X is geared more for road, but this does fine on the road. What am I doing? I'm doing 51 right now, and it'll do 70s, I can get to like 72, but on bald tires, it's a little sketch, so let's not. And the front tire's super sketchy. I'll show you when I get off, but. And I got the front headlight I got kind of rigged up too, so it still needs a little bit more work, but it's a awesome, fun little bike. The exhaust pipe, the manifold pipe, Had a huge dent in it when I got it. And it was just backfired. It was like blah, 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 making all kinds of crazy noise. And so I fixed that, and it sounds a ton better. Casa del Rio. Sometimes you gotta write them out. Right into the garage, boys. You can feel that bald tire kicking in there for a second. And then that's the WR for you. And then that's all she wrote, really. So those are my two trusty steeds, the WR and shut the battery off, and the KLR. And then that's what hauls them on the trailer is the Ram 2500. But that's about it. Later, essays.